Boom. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Wednesday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. So today we're going to be taking a look at a collaboration brew between two breweries that I think I've started to become pretty accustomed to. I found out about both of these breweries from Tavour, obviously, and One of them is Wild Leap Brewing Co., which is both of these breweries are out of Georgia. And Wild Leap, I've had a lot of their IPAs when it comes to, I think almost every beer I've had from them, except for like one or two have been IPAs, and they've been fantastic. They make some really good IPAs. And the other one we're going to be talking about with this beer is Pontoon Brewing. I'm a little bit hit or miss when it comes to Pontoon. They have had some stuff to where it's been okay. The ones that I've had from them on their own have been mostly stouts, but they've been average at best, to be honest. And had a couple collaboration ones where I know they collaborated with Listerman, and it's been, yeah. I want to try to have my kind of liking of Pontoon Brewing beers kind of increase a little bit, because the last few I've had have been kind of lackluster to me. So I'm hoping this one does it, because today we're going to be taking a look at one called a Stout of Mind. It's a bourbon barrel-aged milk stout, imperial milk stout, coming at a 12.1% ABV. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. It's actually barrel-aged in Jameson Select barrels for over 18 months? Yeah, 18 months with coconut, graham cracker, cinnamon, vanilla, and caramel. So I'm expecting this thing to be pretty damn syrupy, have a nice sweetness to it. Of course, have those natural like roasty stout flavors when it comes to like the roasted malt they use and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty damn excited with this. Plus, they do something with this beer that I've never seen done before, and I can't wait to kind of talk about what they do when it comes to the brewing process of this one, because it's very unique. It's definitely a very unique thing that I haven't seen done before at all. So, without further ado, I'm ready to crack this guy open. So, of course, I can't be opening a bottle without using the gift that I got from Mr. Not the Real Gerard Butler Lee when he was over in Greece. He decided to get me a little cock and balls bottle opener, if you haven't seen it by now. Yeah, it's a little phallic. That's okay. But I think it's time for us to crack this guy open and see what this thing's all about. Okay, so let's see what we get on the smell of this guy. Oh yeah, definitely getting a nice sweetness. Yep, getting kind of like a... This is definitely, I feel like it's going to be very syrupy, just because of how long it was... Like, how the process of brewing this, of course, this thing's going to be crazy syrupy. I'm definitely going to get a booziness to it. Definitely getting like a nice sweetness come out there, almost like the coconut's coming through a little bit. A little bit of that cinnamon. But it smells absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's pour this guy. Of course, could be drinking out of my untapped tulip glass this afternoon. Let's see how this pours. Oh yeah. This looks syrupy AF. And it's like not really much of a head at all with this one. With it being a 12.1%. Yeah, this just looks like it's going to coat the mouth. Getting a little bit of lacing on the side of the glass when it comes to a little bit of bubbles. But overall, yeah, this is going to be a high gravity, almost... Okay, now that I'm getting it, kind of almost getting like a dark chocolate kind of note a little bit coming through. Like a bitter, dark, semi-sweet chocolate. But it smells delicious, so without further ado, let's give this guy a try. So, cheers everybody. Happy Wednesday. Oh, okay. That is... Wow. That's pretty damn awesome. Pretty damn awesome. So, right off the bat, getting a nice kind of very, very creamy, almost silky mouthfeel. It has a really, really nice pungent sweetness. You're getting the coconut, you're getting the caramel, you're getting like a nice cinnamon kind of note that kind of balance everything out, because it's not going to make it too sweet. But overall, you're getting like that. You're getting the Jameson bourbon barrel aging in there too. It kind of gives it that oomph of booziness, which is absolutely fantastic. This is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. Wow. Okay, Pontoon, you're stepping up your game with this one. I kind of was hesitant on this because it was Pontoon that made it, but you guys have this is a special one. Holy crap. So syrupy, has a really, really pungent sweetness. Almost has like that. There's a certain kind of candy that I'm thinking of. It's like a ball chocolate, kind of with a little bit of coconut on the outside. That's the kind of candy note I'm getting from it. It reminds me of that. Getting like a nice, very, very nice sweetness. This is definitely a very, very sweet beer. But overall, yeah, you can definitely... My mustache is already starting to get sticky from me drinking it a little bit. But overall, wow. Yeah, they've... Very, very boozy. Absolutely delicious. Very, very sweet. This is definitely a milk stout. That's for damn sure. Holy crap. So, of course, I like to go over to Untapped, and if you can't get your hands on anything from either Pontoon or Wild Leap, that shows similar beers on Untappd to where you might be able to find a similar drinking experience for this one. So this one only has 3 similar beers, so that's a new thing. There's usually between like 4 and 5. This one only has 3. So I'm gonna start with. Hold on, I feel a sneeze coming. No, hold on. No, it's gone. Okay, first off, the first one they're showing is actually another Pontoon beer, which I wouldn't really suggest it because if you can't get your hands on this one from Pontoon, most likely you can't get another Pontoon. So I'll just read it off. This one they're suggesting is their German chocolate cake double milk stout, which that sounds delicious. That was a 13%. And then we got one here from Weldworks, which I've done a couple things from Weldworks before. They've make some pretty good beers. And this one is their double barrel Medianoche peach brandy, which doesn't even show an ABV on this one, so that's interesting. So it's a nice kind of imperial stout, and almost like, yeah, they do a lot of bourbon barrel aging with that one. They use 2 peach brandy barrels. That sounds awesome. And then we got one that probably everyone's probably heard of, Goose Island Beer Co. with their Bourbon County Brand 14 Stout 2021, which is a 13.2% kind of double imperial stout, which I'm trying to think. I don't know if I'd suggest the Bourbon County one, just because they're definitely not as sweet as this. I know their stuff is really boozy when it comes to that, but there really isn't like a large predominant sweetness from theirs. So I think I'm going to go with this double barrel Medianoche from Weldworks, the peach brandy. I think you're going to get a nice sweetness off that. The peach brandy might add, it's going to give that extra oomph of sweetness that you know for, but then the bourbon barrel is going to give it that booziness, give it possibly a little bit of like the more chocolatey notes that depending on what kind of barrels they're aged in, definitely can give some of the notes of that. But yeah, this one right here is it's pretty damn awesome. It's probably one of the better milk stouts that I've had. I don't think I've ever had a milk stout that was aged in Jameson Select barrels for 13 months, or just any Jameson barrel in general. So let's read here on Untappd with the description of this one, because this is where they do something that is very, very unique that I've never seen before. So, Happiness is a stout of mine with this thick, with 2 C's, Imperial Milk Stout. Our original collaboration with Wildly Brew Co., Man Overboard, was a Dolly Bar. So they've originally collaborated with the Man Overboard Stout, which was a Dolly Bar inspired milk stout. Went through a triple mash and 18-hour boil for a sweet treat. So, I'm just going to give you guys, put this in perspective a little bit. Whenever we make beers over at Fibs, our boils usually are usually averaging about 90 minutes. A 90-minute boil for some of our stuff, and that's all that I've seen for it comes like some of IPAs, we have some of the stouts we've made. But this one was triple mashed and boiled for 18 hours. That's very interesting, because there is a point to when you're during the boil where you add the hops and all that kind of stuff. You have to definitely keep an eye on it make sure there's no boil over happening. So during that time, after we had the hop in the boil, you have to kind of sit there with the hose, and once the foam starts getting too predominant, just give it a couple spritz, get the kind of the foam to go down, and then it'll get to that point to where you'll notice it won't boil over anymore. It'll kind of give to that kind of threshold to where it'll stop the kind of situation to where it could boil over. So they boiled theirs for 18 hours for a sweet treat. We then put it in Jameson Select barrels for 13 months and threw a ton of coconut, graham cracker, cinnamon, vanilla, and caramel. Tons of honey and caramel notes come through from the barrels to complement the sweet notes on this collab. So what it looks like, this was originally their Man Overboard collab with Wild Leap, and they decided to do things a little bit different and kind of age it in Jameson Select barrels, and threw coconut, graham cracker, cinnamon, vanilla, and caramel on top of it to kind of add that little extra sweetness. And I think this just screams sweet milk stout for me, and it's awesome. I'm a really big fan of really nice sweet milk stout. This is definitely like a dessert beer almost. Kind of almost would consider it like a pastry stout, kind of. Because you still get the flavors you get from the Jameson. You still get all those sweet notes, like the breadiness a little bit from the graham cracker. The sweet caramel notes in there. The coconut kind of adds like a little extra element of sweetness. That's like that coconut sweetness that's only described as a coconut flavor. But overall, yeah, the flavors in this are explosive, in your face, absolutely delicious. This is a fantastic beer. Absolutely fantastic beer. So let's look here on Untapped and see what the ratings are. So like I said before, it's a 12.1% ABV. And with only 193 ratings, it looks like this definitely was a small batch. With only 193 ratings, this one had an average rating of 4.21 out of 5, which, yeah, for me, it'd be difficult to give this rating anything under a 4. That's how much I'm enjoying it. I really, really like the very, very pungent sweetness to this. Of course, the Jameson Select barrels add that nice kind of booziness to it, knowing that you're drinking a 12.1% ABV beer. And it's just awesome. So, I don't think there was anybody on my friends list that checked this one in. Nope. And let's look at the global rating. Let's see what people are looking at here. So, this person gave it a 4.5 out of 5. And he purchased it at the Cottage Hill Package Store, which is in Mobile, Alabama. It's like a liquor store / smoke shop. Interesting. So let's see, we got another 4.5. Oh, we got a 4.25 here. 4.25. 4.25. 4.25. Purchased at Pontoon, but this was on December 21st, it looks like. So you may be able to still get this over at Pontoon if you're in the Georgia area. Let's see. We got another 4.25. This person checked it in and gave it a rating, but they just drank it because they had it for a few nights ago. Another 4.5. Let's see. This person didn't give it a rating, but he purchased that at the Covert Artisan Ale and Cellars, which is a brewery in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Huh, interesting. Let's see. We got a 4.75 out of 5. We got a 4.5, 4.25, 4.25, 4.25. Purchase off Tavor, which is what I did. Okay, and this guy gave it a 4.5, saying, bottle check from the other night. This is so much better. With time, Jameson less overwhelming and overtaken by thick caramel and vanilla goodness. Yeah, I feel like the more you let this sit, the more the kind of the booziness of Jameson goes down, and those kind of caramel, vanilla, coconut notes will kind of just enhance even more. I think the graham cracker's just going to kind of stay there, leave that kind of subtle sweetness along with kind of just adding on more of the breadiness to it. But overall, yeah, this one is outstanding. Outstanding. It's just, whew, man, that's good. Man, that is good. So, let's start figuring out what we're going to be doing for ratings on this guy. Let me pour a little bit more into the glass. And let's look at this bottle art, because luckily they decided to name the artist on here who did this art, and the art is very, very unique, if I say so myself. It's of course, you got the buffalo that is usually Wild Leap, and then you got the kind of the sea otter or the river otter that is the logo of Pontoon. So they made a really nice touch of a otter's head coming out of a buffalo's head with light coming out of the otter's head. It's bizarre, I'll give you that. It's very, very bizarre, but there's a lot of detail in this art, and the art was actually done by Thomas Turner. So I don't know if you can find him on social media anywhere, but yeah, I really like this. I really like this art a lot. So yeah, it's a 500 ml bottle, if I didn't mention that already. But there's a lot of detail going on there. Just the artwork when it comes to the buffalo, the otter, and just like the trees coming out of its ear, like make trees or horns and everything. I think that's just really cool. And then having like that mountainous kind of background in the back. I really, really like this bottle art. This is definitely classy. Not something you would expect from Pontoon, from the other stuff that I've seen from them, having more of a very, very detailed bottle art. So I'm going to give this a very, very solid, like 4.75 out of 5 for can art, or bottle art. Really, really nice. So, let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at either Pontoon or Wild Leap, would I get another one? Absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely love this. This is definitely one of the better milk stouts I think I've ever had. I'm going to be honest here. It hits every note that I want. It's not too sweet. It's very decadent almost. Very syrupy. It just overall, the flavors in there are so explosive and just absolutely fantastic. So, I think my final rating for this one to end it, oh, that's going to be tough. I'm going to give this a very, very solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, absolutely fantastic. Like, if you can get your hands on this one from Pontoon and Wild Leap, do it. They put something special together with this one, and it's absolutely outstanding. This is perfect for like a cold weather kind of situation, and just want to keep you warm, have something nice, sweet, and decadent. This could be almost a dessert, in my opinion. That's how much the sweetness is predominant in this one, and it's, like I said, not too boozy. The Jameson barrels kind of add that nice boozy touch, but I think, like how that one person said, if the more you age it, if you decide to age this one, the more of that Jameson booziness will start to go down, and more of that vanilla caramel will start to enhance more and just even make it even more decadent. So, overall, fantastic job from Pontoon and Wild Leap. They did a kind of changed my opinion on Pontoon a little bit because all the other stuff has been a little bit lackluster, and these guys just came in with a freaking sledgehammer and just took all that lackluster away. So, fantastic job by you guys over there. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is pretty much it. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It will help me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live to another review. And of course, if you want to see anything for Pontoon or Wild Leap available in your area, of course, good suggestion. Go over to your local craft beer liquor store or bottle shop. Ask them if they can get it in through their distributor, see if it's available. Or you can get yourself over on Tavour, and it's available on Android or iPhone. You create an account with them, and it's a beer subscription / beer delivery service with over 7,000 different beers available. And they're adding every single day for new stuff. So who knows, if you're able to get stuff shipped to you from Tavour, you might even see more beers from Pontoon and Wild Leap showing up on your list. So other than that, what else? Finally, if you want to see a social media aspect to beer drinking, if you're like a beer drinker in general, craft beer drinker, you need to get yourself over to Untappd. It's a great platform. It's available on Android, iPhone, or if you're at a computer all day like I am, you could use it through the desktop as well. But yeah, you can check in beers, get badges, and it's just really, really fun. You can see what's popular in your area, see what's kind of popular, what's trending on Untappd, what a lot of people are drinking. So overall, it's just a really, really fun experience. But yeah, you too. This one's fantastic, Ian. It's really, really good. So other than that, I think that is pretty much what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And I'm going to end this like I always end it before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I will see you all next time. Cheers.